Hello and welcome to Mock. You're here with me, Matthew, and we have yet another Skylanders Trap Team news update. This is number 21. So this is the 6th one this week that I have put out. I am exhausted, but I'm excited as well because this is like tremendous news. This one's a little bit special actually because I've never touched on this because I've never actually had the access to the clips or the video that actually shows you the individual things, rather than actually just telling you. I can now show you the buttons and all that sort of stuff, so that probably will be giving you a hint, as well as the title. But here we go. So we've got three Trap Masters, which I've been able to find out all their moves and give you the individual little bits, all the paths you can choose. So here we go. Let's go through them right now, starting with... Here he is, Wildfire. Now obviously this is the Dark Edition one. Now just wanted to touch on this quickly. You can see outfits, nicknames, stats, powers, and manage. So obviously that's going to show you the stats. You got the outfits, which I touched on last in the last update. Which just, I think you must be able to unlock them or buy them. Pretty interesting there. Your nicknames, you can call him like Fiery Raw Man. Something like that, Raw, you can call him just Mr. Raw. Stats show you the thing. Powers, which is what we're going to see now. And then manage, which would be like looking at the code, probably resetting it as well. So, pretty interesting stuff there. But let's go into his powers and let's just go through him and I'll just read him out. So here we go, powers. Traptanium Shield Bash. So looks as if this is just it's the very starting thing where he's actually, using the shield to bash the enemy, and a bit of combos going on there. You've also got Chains of Fire, which is the whip that comes out of his hand. So his shield is still held on to him, but he's using this chain to sort of attack the enemies, but also pull them closer. You've also got Heat Shield, which looks as if the shield actually heats up, becomes a bit fiery. Probably also makes the slamming a little bit more extra damaged. So pretty cool there. You got extra chains, so instead of just having one, it looks like you possibly get 4 now. Pretty cool there. You can drag in 4 Chompies at the same time whilst destroying them. You got Fire Roar. This one looks pretty interesting, where you can actually use, a lion and make him roar, but he breathes fire, so pretty interesting. This probably reminds me mostly of Hothead with his hands using flamethrowers, so pretty cool there. Again, the shield is still on his arm. Then you have this one, which is Hotter Heat Shield. Looks as if the shield possibly changes, and I think I told you about the spikiness of the shield, and this looks as if it's coming out of the shield, so pretty interesting there. So moving on to the 2 different paths, we'll go to the top one first, which mostly focuses on what looks like his shield. So here you've got Burning Bash, which is a few more combos, and it gives him a Heat Wave combo, pretty cool there. So a bit like a whip maybe coming from the shield, pretty interesting there. You got this one, Fire Spin. So again, this gives him another combo, which is a Fire Spin. Searing Slam. Again, this looks as if he can jump in the air and then slam down and make like a fire, almost like what what's his name? Hot Dog. That's it. Hot Dog does with the sort of burning flames going out from him. Then on the bottom, focuses on the Fire Breath and the whips. You got lots of chains. Again, you get 5 chains there. Blazing Breath is basically fire. The Fire Roar it's longer and deadlier than ever before. Then you've also got more whips, which is just going up again in the amount of numbers. So pretty interesting there. And then you've also got this one, which is Lion Form. Now, I think I remember saying about the... Oh, yes, we've seen it in the trailer, where he goes on all 4s rather than being a biped. He goes to a quadruped, I think it's called, or just becoming a 2-legged to a 4-legged. Let's just leave it like that. So then I think that he's sort of it's as if, when you smash a tray into your face, you see it on programs, or someone smashes a plate in their face. He does it with a shield, but it literally merges him into this lion form and makes him quite fiery, which is pretty interesting there. So some pretty cool powers from Wildfire here. If I was to choose, I mean, I'd probably go with the bottom one. That's my own. I think the Fire Breath could be a pretty cool one, and I'd like to. I think you can't decide until you've actually got him in hand and checking out these moves and seeing the powers. So we'll see them. But for now, it's the bottom for me. So here we go. Next one we have is Bushwhack, so pretty interesting again. So we'll start off with his powers, going from his thing to the end one, which is pretty interesting, seeing all his different changes. So here we go. Got Traptanium and Axe. Now what you're seeing is the first move is basically Traptanium something. So it's going to be like Traptanium bow and arrow, or bow and arrow / sword. In particular for like Snapshot or something like that. So obviously you get a few combos out of this. You also get Mystic Acorns, which is basically the ache grenades, I think I called them. Yeah, the ache grenades. They basically like stun enemies. Yeah, it says it there. Pretty cool there. You got the head bash there, so it sort of smashes his head into the ground, damages enemies. Pretty cool. Bit of a jump attack there. You got nut grenades. So finally the word grenade is in here. It's even got a speech mark on it. Yes. Speech mark, what am I on about? I don't know. But they explode now. I think they also stun as well, but they do extra damage. You've also got, in a nutshell, like I really like the bit of comedy in the names for them. New armor, so pretty cool there. He looks a bit more fluffy around the face there, almost looks like he's got a mane. Also, his arm pads as well look a bit more dented and all that sort of stuff, so pretty cool there. Then you've got Thorn Trail, which is the trail which he leaves when he swipes his axe, which I talked about before. Then you have an axe to grind, pretty cool. It looks as if the axe is slightly more sharpened there, and possibly a little bit redesigned, just a tad. So pretty cool there with that. Got combos again on the top row with combo attacks, go nuts, so keep holding, like a spinning, pretty cool there, so he sort of spins his thing around almost like a tornado, so pretty cool there. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Next one here is Bush Shack, which, this is the bottom row, is to create a leafy hut, so it looks as if he just puts his axe into the ground and there's like a little bit of a healing bubble, so could be pretty cool in co-op. Seeing if you can get your partner possibly inside as well. So that'd be pretty cool. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, and then the next one we've got is Primal Warrior. So get new armor, taking reduced damage and doing pretty cool there. So that gives, and he's got new armor there, so that's really cool. Spring forward, hold, dash forward, and from a super head bash, pretty cool there. Looks as if he's got some sort of skull and antlers there. So really, really cool. This character really does look amazing at the very end. And then obviously the one we've talked about before is Timber. Jump and hold X to plant X. It's not X, it's a square. To plant a giant tree, which is then cut down to smash whatever's below. So pretty cool there. Okay, so the next one we have here is Headrush. So we're just going to have a look at her move. So here we go. Okay, first one, again, starts with the Traptanium. We got Traptanium Horns. So basically this is the rushing thing. And you can, obviously it says here, hold down to charge ahead. And, there we go. So what happens is actually at the end of the run, she sort of stops as anyone normally would, but her head goes back up, and if an enemy is at the point of her horns, they'll get flicked up in the air, possibly get destroyed in the process, but pretty cool there. You've got Stomp here, so obviously she smashes her feet on the ground, so it's pretty cool. You can just keep stomping around, and it moves forward slightly, so it's pretty cool. The Mega Stomp, press circle, circle, circle for a Mega Stomp combo. So I'm guessing she might do 1 foot, jump, bang. That'd be really cool to see. The Yodel. So I think this is possibly the screenshot I showed you in previous ones where it's sort of just it's just aimed at one. It's not like the bubble that comes out and is surrounding her and gets bigger and bigger. I think this is just a straightforward, you know, yodel straight to them, so you'll be able to see the sound going towards the enemies. So pretty cool there. Stomping on air. So this looks like it's a jump attack, so pretty cool. So you can just jump in the air and slam down, and if it makes that like amount of damage to the ground, she's going to be a devastating character. So there we go. We got charge control, so you're actually able to turn her when she's charging. I wonder if you can have unlimited charging. That'd be pretty cool, just going around ramming everything you see, even a tree, just walking into a tree like, I can go through a tree. So yeah, I'm liking that. You get to control her moving around. Onto the next one, which is the top row. So this looks as if it's mostly a voice. Attack does extra damage. Pretty cool. Yodel attack does more. So again, more damage. Control. Oh wow, you can. Now believe. If I'm right, I don't think we've ever had a move where you have to use a control stick to sort of change the attack. So this is going to make her pitch go up and down. So she'll go low and then she'll go high, sort of thing like that. So that seems pretty cool. And then forget breaking glass. Your attack is loud. It destroys the ground beneath you. That might be the one where she's. Oh no, actually, the first one looks as if it's a bubble going around her. So pretty interesting there. Then we've got the Stomp to Remember, which is obviously does extra damage. So you've got damage, 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 damage. Just keeps going with the damage. Power steering. Turning during a charge attack makes it do additional extra. Okay, pretty cool. Omega Stomp. Stomp attack does extra damage and destroys the ground beneath you. Again, extra stomping. So that's almost like the singing where everything gets destroyed, but this one does the same thing. And then the last one is horns. So horns are plenty. New Traptanium horns. They're the sort of crooked, spiky, bent horns, but she looks really cool there. She looks really proud of herself. Like, yes, I have horns. Yes. But there we go. So, if you've read the title correctly, you might also see something very interesting. Before we get to that, I just wanted to mention this quickly. Yesterday, if you have seen that one, if you haven't, go check it out. I did mention a specific pack which involves Gil Grunt and Gil Runt. And it was a little bit of a blurry picture because it came from the one of the trailers, but I was actually able to find a clearer picture. Here it is. So it looks like this is a pre-order exclusive. And it looks like you can only get it in Walmart. The artwork looks really cool. Apparently this is an exclusive buddy pack. Now, by the word exclusive, like I said yesterday, normally exclusive means for a few months and then they come out near the end of the game sort of thing. But what's also quite funny is that it says exclusive buddy pack. But what if there was just a buddy pack? So that's pretty interesting that we could be getting what I said earlier about Jet Vac and Pet Vac and Hogwild Frino with Small Fry. So pretty interesting stuff there. Really nice HD picture of the two of them. They look really cool together. Really cool to have two people playing them at the same time, but pretty cool to see their moves side by side from small to normal. So yeah, looks very interesting there, and I hope we might see some buddy packs in the future. Now on to something rather special, to be honest, and it finishes off quite a lot of stuff that hasn't even been announced yet. So basically, if I just show you this, you'll be seeing what is basically a HD picture of the poster, and you can see names, you can see a few changes, just a few. But my thoughts on this are that the question marks, in particular the ones up the top to the right, near Chaos's head and the Chompy Mage, I think they're going to be extra core characters, possibly returning, possibly elsewhere. But what you'll also notice is that High Five, you've got the Shark gone, and also the Undead character, whose name escapes me, Flipwreck and Batspin, there we go. they've disappeared and have now got question marks. So I'm thinking that what they're going to do is exactly what I thought, is that they're only picking one rather than three. So obviously the poster before this was showing you all three, the possibility. So we've got possibly two different ones that we don't know of. So some pretty interesting stuff there. Now what I'm going to be doing is just going over this poster in different bits. So we'll start magic, work our way down, go to tech, work our way down, and then we'll go through the villains. Let's start now and learn some of these names and also some of the characters which we don't know yet. So here we go. Okay, so first one here we have Blastermind. Then we've got Enigma, which is pretty cool there. And it looks almost like a skeletal whirlwind sort of thing. It looks weird. It looks like it should be in the Undead group, but it's the Traptanium weapon there looks very much like a spear with a bell or a ball on the top of it. It's interesting, very interesting to see that. Then you've got Fizzy Frenzy Pop Fizz, you've got Deja Vu, which we know of. Then you've got Cobra Cadabra. Now basically it's a snake. So it's almost like Rattleshake, but it's a snake blowing its own flute coming out of a pot. So that's really interesting that we've got a snake that's normally charmed by music, singing music to enemies. So you can probably think about what his moves are going to be. Maybe he uses the gas that's coming out from the bottom. Maybe it comes out of the flute, and possibly poisons. He's got hands, which normally snakes don't have hands. But some pretty interesting stuff going on there. You've also got the minis, Mini Genie and Spry. You can also see some of the logos there. The minis looking very, very small. Then you've got the Series 3 there, and you can see the Trap Masters there, which are in sort of like a sort of prism shape. So pretty cool there. So let's have a look forward. So here we go, next row. You've got Snapshot, Lobstar, looking pretty cool there. Tidal Wave Girl Grunt. Then you have Echo. That's her name. I'm going to say it's a girl, because Echo and that sort of figure looks very girlyish. It looks almost like, I think it could be some sort of sea lion. But the way I mean by sea lion is that it looks like a lion, but it also looks like a sea creature. And that mane I was talking about is more like frills on the back of it. So it's possibly some sort of four-legged lizardy water thing. Now, obviously, I was going to say Fliptide. Who's Fliptide? Flipwreck isn't there. It's now a question mark, so very interesting there. We got Thumpling and we got Gilrunt there. Moving on. So then we have Wildfire, Kaboom, Hog Wild Frino, Torch, Trailblazer, and you can definitely see that that is now a fiery horse. So I was on the right trail with that. Can't get it, Trailblazer? No, don't laugh, it's not funny. Then you got Small Fry and Weeruptor. Pretty cool there. Then we have Tough Luck. Wow, what a name. And that looks like a woman. By the look of the face, that looks like a woman. And those two could be dating. Bushwhack and Tough Luck. They're dating. And I think I am right by saying that they are leaves. Very sharp blade leaves, but I'd say she's a life element, so they probably would be leaves. She looks like some sort of squirrel, maybe? Some sort of squirrel. And then you've got Sure Shot that is difficult. Sure Shot Shroom Boom, Food Fight, a question mark, which did have High Five in. I want him to win. Whisper Elf and Barkley there. So really awesome figures going on there. And then these intrigue me quite a lot. Gusto, we got Thunderbolt. This guy looks amazing. He's got almost like a spiky Thunderbolt shaped sword, but he looks almost like a cloud monkey. He looks like he's almost like lightning bolt. No, lightning rod. He's like a monkey god in the sky with a sword. He looks really cool. Hopefully he might float round on a cloud, sort of like lightning rod. You got Full Blast, Jetvac, Fling Kong, not King Kong, Fling Kong. Looks as if he's holding something. I can't see exactly, but he is a monkey. Got a bit of armour on. Looks like he could be on a surfboard or something. Something like that, but he looks awesome. Really cool. I can't wait to see some gameplay and some pictures of him. Got blades there. Really, really light blades there. Almost white. You got Petvac and you got Breeze. And then onto tech, you got Jawbreaker, Gear Shift, Tread Head, Chopper, Trigger Snappy, Drobit. We all know them. Then again, we all know these as well: Wallop, Headrush, Rocky Road, Rocky Roll, Fist Bump, Terabyte, and Bop. So they all look pretty cool. Next one. This intrigues me as well. Crypt King, Shortcut. Now I thought it was a wasp. Or some sort of bug because they look like wings. But no, we have a Skylander who uses scissors. Yeah, pretty interesting. I cannot wait to see gameplay of this guy as well. It looks almost like a wizard with the hat. You got Funny Bone. You got the question mark, which did have bat spin in it. You got Hijinks and Ice Small. So it's really good. And we've almost got a complete set of what we're going to be buying, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm buying all of these, every single one. I really do hope that they do bring back the 3 for these, the Undead, the Earth, and Tech. I hope that we get remolds. Hopefully, seen as the information I showed you before in terms of there being a Series 2 Ghost Roaster could come true. Could this mean that we might get... who was missing? We had a Bash, we had a Terrafin. Character that didn't come back. Someone going to come back there. Could even be, you know, it could be Bash again, which pretty cool. I don't mind having another Bash. Get it? I don't mind having another Bash at that. And then I'd probably say for this one I'd like to see Boomer, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get someone from maybe Giants or Swap Force in there. But pretty cool. So let's move on and have a look at some really cool information here. So this is the very start of all of the people. Now I'm going to go through them from the top, working my way to the left, to the right, and then going down, carrying on that. So we have Rage Mage, we know about that. Bombshell, I showed you in the previous update that I thought he was going to be one. He is, so pretty cool that we get him. Pinata, one of my favourites. Tussle Sprout, really cool name. We've seen this guy before in one of the previous Skystones things, so pretty cool that we get his name now officially. Grave Clobber looks really cool there. Almost looks like a tent. You can see it's probably not a tent, but it looks like a tent coming off, but it's probably shoulders. This one's pretty cool. Chomp Chest. So we're going to be able to either be jumping around in a chest, chomping at things, or, you know, throwing coins at people. Got the Bone Chompy there. We got Bad Juju. Can't say a lot about that unless he's got a mask, some feathers, and looks almost like he could be some sort of like person who puts needles into dolls. Buzzerbeak, so we know about him. We've got Krankenstein, that's pretty cool there, I like that. Possibly he might have a brain in his back or somewhere. Bruiser Cruiser, that's the guy's name, so I was asking people about that. His name is Bruiser Cruiser, so I know that now. Got Shrednaut, and we got Brawlrus, so quite a few of them we know already, but it's nice to see some new faces and some new names being discovered, so I'm liking that. On to the next part. Okay, so working from Chaos and the Chompy Mage, then working down, we've got Scrap Shooter, pretty cool there, looks really, really menacing there. I'm guessing it could be coming out of his mouth, possibly throwing it. If it says Scrap Shooter, he's going to be throwing rubbish. Grenade, can't wait to see this guy. Smoke Scream, I like that, so there might be a bit of smoke involved in that. You got Wolfgang, then the statue sort of thing, which is in the Earth element, is a Golden Queen. Hoodsickle. Mastermind, who we know, Chompy, Shield Shredder, Broccoli Guy, we know of, Sheep Creep, we know of. Now this guy, I think it's Mab Lobs, or Mad Lobs, one of the two. He looks pretty cool, he looks quite angry, but almost like he's a bit fluffy as well. His face looks really like detailed in fluff. He almost got like spikes on his back. Next one's pretty cool. Trolling Thunder, it's a tank. We get a tank, yes. Brilliant news. Chill Bill. And this does confirm that I did hear the right name. Slobbertrap, that's his name. Slobbertrap, interesting. We got Brawl and Chain, and then Threat Pack, who I did mention in the video showing off just a small amount of the case to hold all the traps. I was like, oh, Threat Pack, who's that? So we know who that is, and it's a troll with a jetpack, so pretty cool. So moving on to the last bit. And again, we've got quite a few question marks here. But we got Chef Pepperjack, who we know. The Dreamcatcher, which is like a floating head. That looks like a pretty cool villain. Crankcase is now called Dr. Crankcase. So possibly he might have even made... where is he? Where's the other one? Where is it? I think he could have made Crankenstein, maybe, because he's called Dr. Crankcase. Crankenstein, yeah, it could be. Gulper, not called the Gulper. Then there's 2 spaces left with question marks, and then going down to the green, which is Cuckoo Clocker, who I did say before. And then going down again, we've got another bird called Crosscrow. So very interesting stuff going on there. We got some really, really cool villains going on here. Now at the top you can see Chaos, Chompy Mage, Wolfgang, Golden Queen, Chef Pepperjack, Dreamcatcher, Dr. Crankcase, and Gulper. All of them are apparently going to be very strong sort of villains. So they're going to be a top sort of 10 to get. The rest of them, although they look amazing, possibly won't have as much power, but they're still going to be awesome. I mean, out of all these, let's go through them. Can't wait for Painyotta. I like the look of Shrednort. Bruiser Cruiser looks interesting. I'll say Bone Chompy as well. I like the look of Grenade. Chompy there's pretty cool. Broccoli Guy I like. The Tank, I'd probably say the Sheep as well. Chompy Mage as well. Wolfgang, can't wait to see. Chef Pepperjack, pretty cool. I want to see some gameplay of Dr. Crankcase. So yeah, pretty cool. They're my sort of like top ones at the moment that I'd like to see and like to be able to play as. Now, in terms of these question marks, especially with, let's just go back a sec. Blah blah blah. There we go. In terms of the question marks, like I said, I think these are characters which haven't been announced yet. Whether they do the sort of, you're not going to know, but the thing is they've put question marks on the others and we don't know them. So hopefully it either means one of 2 things, especially the top characters. We're going to have a chaos element, or they're going to be added on to the others, or they could be completely separate. Maybe it's a light core section. I'm just saying something. I'm like insane for light core. But some pretty interesting news there, guys. So, you know, if you have enjoyed this news, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I will make sure to keep this news coming as quick as possible in order for you to find out the latest in the Skylanders gossip. But yeah, there we go. You know, you can comment down below, what do you think of some of these things? Who do you want to win out of the 3? My one would be High Five. What do you think? Who could be in the other ones? You know, what sort of things could be coming back? Maybe some remolds. Maybe they've already made some and they might bring them back. Who knows? But some pretty interesting news there. So you can rate the video as well, you know, so I know you're enjoying. And I will see you in the next news update video. I've had fantastic fun in getting this. Wow, I was not expecting this. Last minute thing to be added, but fantastic to see. We finally got some brilliant enemies. Sorry, not finally. We finally got some brilliant enemies, which, you know, we now know the names. And it's just fantastic news. So guys, I will see you in the next news update. Thank you so much for supporting this. I'll see you then. Goodbye.